My name is Jonathan. I am 31 years old. I am an entrepreneur. I own a business called Taco Monster. I started losing weight probably about 9 years ago. I would have been over, I assume, around 330 pounds. I mean, when you get that big, you don't like scales. So exactly what was my heaviest is a very vague range of weight, but it would have been definitely around there, maybe higher even than that. You know, obviously at that point in time, walking up a set of stairs is difficult, and there were some reality checks. I remember at that time starting to process what sort of life I wanted to live and realized that being as heavy as I was not conducive to the lifestyle I wanted. Started going to a gym on my own, had a friend that would go with me, and I learned very quickly I wouldn't go alone. I wasn't motivated to do that. And so going with a friend worked great until my friend wasn't available. And it went from doing well, I lost 20 or 30 pounds, going to the gym with him. But then the moment he couldn't, I was inconsistent. And next thing you know, the 30 pounds I lost became only 5 pounds of lost weight. I gained all that weight back. It wasn't working for me. And so at that point, I knew I needed something different. I couldn't rely on friends or family or my own discipline to go to a gym to make those lifestyle changes I needed. And so that's where I landed at 360 Fitness. I had a friend that worked out there. I had met Jack before, one of the owners. And so phone call was made and said, hey, let's talk about what it looks like to actually come in and be part of this 360 community. I started coming to 360. I was probably around 290 sort of range. And for the personal trainer was able to make those lifestyle adjustments I really needed to make. And so at that point in time, started setting goals and very quickly learned way more about nutrition. What were some of those things like sleep patterns that actually impact my weight loss journey? And started setting goals that were attainable, realistic, and a long-term lifestyle rather than just, go hard for a month, lose 10 pounds, then gain it back. And that was about 7 years ago. I don't know how long I've been at 360, a long time. And it's funny because I hated going to the gym for probably 3 or 4 years. Now I'm neutral. I love the trainer, my trainers, I love the community and what it's done for me, the lifestyle that it's created. I mean, I'm a totally different person today. The really neat thing about a community around you and a support system is that they go through all of life's ups and downs with you. Often those crucial transition periods, it's tough. It's easy to hop off the bus of being healthy. But at 360, you have that support system to follow through. People that are going to care about you, support you when you're doing bad, and encourage you to get back on the bus or stay on the bus. About 1.5 years ago, the lightest I'd ever been down to was 225 to 230 pounds. And I had gone all the way back up about 18 months ago to being almost 270, which is the highest I had ever reclined back up and was like, whoa, this is not okay. I had sat down and got a good kick in the pants from my trainer, and she was like, hey, this is no longer okay. We need to make some lifestyle adjustments. Lots has gone on over the last year, but what can we do to really get you back in gear? I am down to 208 pounds, which is the lightest I've been as an adult ever. I'm the leanest, almost the strongest muscle mass I've ever had, and headed in the right direction. My eating habits are natural. They're no longer forced, but it's weird to me to overeat it during a meal. It's weird for me to not think about the nutrition I'm taking in. And so the things that were difficult and felt forced have become very natural. I ended up falling into the sport of pickleball, which most people just think of a bunch of seniors with their canes hitting a ball across a net. But it's definitely a lot more competitive than people realized. I started playing last summer, really enjoyed it, fell in love with it. This summer, as spring took off, I ended up playing 6 or 7 days a week, 3 hours a day, and it's turned into a massive part of my lifestyle. The motivation can fall off as you feel good about yourself, but having something that I can be competitive in, I got to play in the Canadian Nationals this summer and medaled in my division, which was really cool. Often sports were something I liked recreationally, but not competitively because I wasn't physically able to take part in them. But I found a sport that I really enjoy, that I'm able to compete in and push myself to new levels of fitness. If I was talking to somebody about 360 fitness, I think the number one thing I would start with is that you'll never feel ready. There's always going to be an excuse. There's always a good reason to put it off. And I think we need to cut that out. We need to jump in and give it a genuine shot. The community's unreal. So many people that are going to be able to cheer you on, to support you in your endeavors, and that are trained and knowledgeable about the things you're not. But having a dedicated person who knows you, who cares about you, that's going to help you with your eating, with your fitness at the gym, with what that looks like lifestyle beyond the gym is so valuable. For me, it's been life-changing. I never thought when I went in and signed up for my first year that I would be here 7, 8 years later. I never thought I'd hit the results I was able to hit, and definitely would not have had I not signed up to be at 360 Fitness with this community and a personal trainer. If you're thinking about joining 360 Fitness, I would definitely encourage you to do so without hesitation. Worst case scenario, you're going to learn a lot, you're going to meet people that care about similar things as you, and even if you only stay for a short time, it's going to have an impact on you that lasts a long time. I don't think you can go to 360 Fitness and walk away the same person.